Oh, God! I killed Martin Fitzgerald! I killed Louise's father!
Music to one's ears, isn't it? Once Louise hears this tape, he won't want anything to do with the woman who murdered his beloved papa. And the damage won't stop there. Louise will forbid Teresa from marrying the nephew of his father's killer.
Yes, the tape of Sheridan's confession will kill all of our lovebirds with one stone.
It's delicious irony, isn't it, Julian? Eve was trying to bring Sheridan and Louise together by her lie, making Sheridan believe her nightmares stemmed from guilt over her mother's death, not Louise's father.
But all she did was load a gun for us to destroy not only Louise and Sheridan, but Ethan and Teresa as well.
Speak of the she-devil. Eve has just arrived.
Stop staring and start preparing yourself for the party, Julian. This is going to be one hell of a night. We're going to play the tape for Louise first. I want him to look at Sheridan and see his father's blood on her hands. Oh, my. What a romantic moment that'll be.
Yes, but let's not forget that Luis fancies himself as some kind of super cop. What if he thinks the tape is a fake?
If there's one voice Louise knows, it's that of his beloved Sheridan.
There's no way he can deny it's her voice on the tape.
Oh, God! I killed Martin Fitzgerald! I killed Louise's father!
You bastard! Every time I think that you can't get any lower, you manage to sink to new depths. How could you just sit here alone and listen to your sister's confession?
Actually, Julian's not alone. Good evening, Dr. Russell.
Alistair.
We were just chatting about how kind it was of you not to erase this tape.
It's amazing how handy it's become, isn't it, Julian?
Eve always has been one to help out a man in need.
I won't let you use the tape.
Oh, really? Well, how exactly are you going to stop us?
Are you going to tell Louise and Sheridan that Sheridan committed murder, but you lied to protect them?
I'll find a way to stop you.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Eve.
You won't do any such thing. Because if you do, your two lovely daughters will learn all about their mother's sordid past.
Sordid past it was.
They'll find out every last detail, including the son you had with Julian that died. I wonder how your impressionable young daughters, especially Whitney, would react if they learned their mother was a cheap whore. How do you think your daughters, not to mention your husband, would feel if they found out you were nothing but a lying slut?
You wouldn't tell my family.
Oh, I thought you knew me better than that, Eve. Of course I would.
And I have a feeling T.C.'s infamous temper might flare if he knew you had a baby out of wedlock, especially since the father was Julian, the man he hates most in the world.
My baby died. How dare you bring this up?
Father, please, show some sensitivity. It's devastatingly painful to be reminded of our dead son.
Don't you even try to act like you cared about our son. You left me high and dry as soon as you found out I was pregnant.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way exactly.
Oh, really? Well, just how exactly would you put it? You were a coward, Julian. You didn't want to be burdened with me or your black son. You never even saw him.
I figured that was all for the best.
Yes, the best for you and your father. As God knows that Alistair would never want a black heir to the Crane Empire.
Frankly, discussing this is a colossal waste of time. The bottom line is that your son died. And in place of that adorable black baby boy is a true Crane, Ethan.
This visit has been a pleasure as always, Dr. Russell, but Julian and I have business to discuss.
Oh, you two, you'd never change. You're putting me out now just like Julian did when he found out I was pregnant. When you ordered him to marry Ivy.
It's time to let bygones be bygones, Eve. But before you go, I want to thank you again for this tape. I'll put it to good use.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to play the tape for Louise and Sheridan tonight.